You're watching V News Bulletin. I'm Vị Hằng from Hanoi with the major stories. Meeting marks 70th anniversary of Tân Trào Congress. ASEAN nations celebrate Family Day in New York. Rice exports hit $1.4 billion in 7 months. A grand meeting was held in the northern mountainous province of Tuyên Quang on August 16th to mark the 70th anniversary of the Tân Trào Congress of People's Representatives, chaired by President Ho Chi Minh, to decide the destiny for the nation. The Congress was organized from August 16th to 17th, 1945 in Tân Trào Commune, and was attended by 60 representatives from the north, central, and southern regions. During the Congress, the order for a national general uprising was issued to the entire nation to seize power. Addressing the modern-day meeting, Chairman of the National Assembly Nguyễn Sinh Hùng said the Tân Trào Congress was a historical revolutionary event, reflecting the strong mind and spirit of solidarity among the entire nation at the moment decisive for the nation's fate. The National Assembly leader describes the Congress as a great success of the Communist Party of Vietnam and President Ho Chi Minh in seizing the opportunity to overtake the administration from colonial and feudal regimes. Basing on decisions made during the Congress, the Vietnamese people rose up for the complete victory of the August Revolution that led to the establishment of the Democratic Republic of Vietnam in September 2, 1945. The permanent representative missions to the United Nations of 10 Southeast Asian countries together held an ASEAN Family Day in New York on August 16th. The annual festival aims to promote solidarity and mutual understanding among ASEAN diplomats and communities in New York and neighboring areas. During the event, ASEAN ambassadors held the solidarity and friendship among ASEAN nations, as well as the close relationship among the missions reflected by the effective cooperation in daily UN activities. The customary festival, featuring traditional regional foods and folk games, is a noteworthy exchange among the bloc's missions to the UN, the ambassadors affirmed. The beauty of Vietnam's landscapes and people, as well as its traditional dishes and games, were also introduced to international friends at the event. Vietnam shipped 3.3 million tons of rice to foreign markets to earn $1.4 billion for the first 7 months of this year, down 9% in volume and 5.5% in price.
However, it is inspiring that high-grade rice exports grew fast, said the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. 5% broken rice accounted for 28.8% of the total rice export volume, an increase of nearly 30% against the corresponding period of last year. It was trailed by fragrant rice, which made up 24.67% of the total export volume, up 15.36%. Currently, Vietnamese rice claims a large market share in many importing countries.
Vietnam's credit growth by August 10th reached 8.3% compared to December last year, much higher than during the same period last year.
The rise was only 3.7% between January and July last year. At this pace, Vietnam's credit growth this year is expected to reach 15 to 17%, in keeping with the target fixed by the State Bank of Vietnam. Such fast-paced credit growth was attributed to a sharp rise in lending to infrastructure, consumption, and real estate sectors. However, experts are concerned about a rising loan-to-deposit ratio. According to the Ho Chi Minh City Securities Company, the lack of balance between lending and deposit growth rates will lead to an unsustainable banking system in the long term, a situation that will force the central bank to make a tough choice, either increase the money supply or restrict the credit growth in times to come. The central bank would have to work out ways to achieve lending and deposit growth, and while the task may not be very urgent, it should be undertaken before the end of this year.
Starting in the economic hub of Ho Chi Minh City, a program connecting banks and businesses has now been expanded nationwide to quench business thirst for capital. Join us to see how the program has benefited enterprises in the city. After 3 years of implementation, the program connecting banks and businesses has provided low-interest loans for around 6,300 enterprises, with combined capital of 145 trillion dong, or $6.67 billion. Over the period, besides increasing the amounts of customers and capital, the initiative was applied across sectors. During the first half of this year alone, nearly $3.6 billion was provided to businesses, 30% higher than planned.
Our company is implementing an industrial food processing cluster in Long An province with capital of around $69 million. We are receiving mid- and long-term duration low-interest loans from the bank, evidence of the bank's trust in our effective operations. The program indicates the sound policy and effective measures of the Municipal People's Committee and the local banking system. It has helped enterprises overcome difficulties related to capital, creating new momentum for them to expand business activities.
For the later half of the year, the program is striving to disburse the remaining $5.88 billion of credit committed by 19 commercial banks. Priority will be given to agriculture and advanced technology sectors.
The loans will be provided to not only farmers but also agricultural cooperatives, especially those applying advanced and green technology.
Moreover, credit institutions were asked to focus on 9 service and 4 key industrial sectors with high added values and technology content, developing supporting industry, catering to domestic demand for the key industry as well as exports.
Recently, capital flows have run into banks' 5 prioritized sectors, especially small and medium-sized enterprises. Moving forward, investments will be poured into modernization based on capacity and industries' added value improvement, especially human resources, thus contributing to the city's socio-economic development.
With the expansions throughout the country, the program is expected to create a driving force for Vietnamese businesses, improving its competitiveness while integrating into the regional and international economic community. Severe salt intrusion has resulted in big damage to agricultural production of residents living along the coastal dike system in the southernmost province of Cà Mau. Our reporters have more details.
The locals complained the salty grounds are preventing stream farming and causing rice paddies to return low yields. A degraded 100-kilometer dike, which has needed proper repairs for many years, lies at the root of the issue. In rainy seasons, the dike is no longer able to block waves, breaking into cultivation areas. To handle the issue and prevent people from abandoning salty land, the local authorities are mapping out farming areas in the locality. For instance, high salinity areas and the salt water itself can be used to raise brackish plants and animals. Land improvement is also a priority. In the long term, a state-funded project worth $59.9 million has been carried out to upgrade the dike system. It is scheduled for completion in 2020.
A group of experts have suggested several high-tech solutions to help preserve and restore some ancient charm towers in the UNESCO-recognized My Sơn Sanctuary in the central province of Quảng Nam.
These solutions are the results of research by a number of universities and research institutes from Moscow and St. Petersburg, where numerous samples of charm tower bricks were sent in 2014. There, experts use X-rays to study the structure and composition of My Sơn bricks, analyze the minerals and their proportion in the tile's composition, and then propose technological solutions for restoring and preserving charm towers. In the future, Russian experts will continue to experiment with more high-tech solutions based on the previous results of research by experts from Vietnam, Japan, and Italy on the towers. The My Sơn Sanctuary dates from the 4th to 13th centuries. Its tower clusters were constructed over 10 consecutive centuries. The towers of the My Sơn Sanctuary are the most significant structures of the My Sơn civilization. They boast a wide variety of architectural designs and were built of fired brick and decorated with sandstone bas-reliefs which depict Hindu mythology. My Sơn was recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site in 1999.
Out of all the types of rice noodle you can find in southern Vietnam, none enjoys the same level of prestige as bánh hỏi, a fine rice noodle. It features in most dishes served on special occasions, but is also used in simple day-to-day meals. Join us to a journey to Phong Điền district in the Mekong Delta city of Cần Thơ to learn how this specialty is made.
Different to most of the region's other dishes, this traditional fine rice noodle is done by hand, bought and sold at home, and customers have to make an order in advance.
I have done this job for more than 50 years now, since I was 20 years old. Bánh hỏi is very popular amongst local residents. Most customers buy up to 10 kg of bánh hỏi to serve at engagements or wedding parties.
The process of making bánh hỏi does not involve too many steps, but it requires a high level of concentration, or else the entire batch can be spoiled. First, high-quality rice flour is carefully selected and bought from Sa Đéc district. It is then kneaded into a dough and stirred evenly over a gentle flame. The dough must be stirred carefully or it will clump together and stick to the mold, which is not very appetizing. Once the dough is stirred, it is kneaded and divided into portions. In the southern region, bánh hỏi is often sold in slices or rolls. However, in Phong Điền district, the noodles are prettily shaped.
The way the final product looks depends on the artisan's skills. When I tried to make bánh hỏi as a little girl, I was terrible at getting the slices right. I kept practicing, watching my mom, and now I'm a pro.
It only takes 5 minutes to steam bánh hỏi. Hidden below the spiraling smoke lies the soft white noodle on a green banana leaf, whetting diners' appetites well in advance of their meal. Bánh hỏi is consumed by local residents on a daily basis. It is usually served with roasted pork and fried spring onions. It features in all large celebratory feasts and is sometimes dyed with food coloring to make it stand out.
As long as people enjoy eating bánh hỏi, we will have customers. Few of them wait for special occasion. Bánh hỏi made in Phong Điền is more flavorsome since it is soft and sweetened with sugar.
Few people know about Phong Điền district's fine rice noodle due to production facilities being so limited in scale. However, it is precisely these family-driven businesses that give this specialty its authentic taste and make diners remember it, even just for one bite.
And that has wrapped up our daily bulletin. Thank you for tuning in and goodbye for now.